We are at the Prom Pact premiere promoting our new movie Prom Pact, which is going to be on Disney Plus on March 31st. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait for everyone to see it. I was so excited to do this movie because I feel like it captures the spirit of the 80s and then bring it into the world we live in today to appeal to and hopefully relate to a modern audience. It's always been a huge goal of mine to hopefully play strong female characters that young people can look up to and see as good role models. And so I think Mandy is a great example of a hardworking, strong, driven woman who's not going to let anything get in the way of her achieving her dreams.
Right now we're at the Prom Pact premiere and we're celebrating Prom Pact. I'm not from the 80s, but this movie definitely got me into it. I've been listening to 80s music 24/7. The nostalgia of the 80s rom-com was kind of what we were going for. We got a lot of great 80s music and 80s outfits. Yeah, no, me and Peyton, apparently we make a good team. I don't know, they keep pumping stuff out with us. So I'd be honored to continue working with Peyton. She's incredible. Like I said, very professional and just a great person to be around. Huge Peyton Lee fan. Love you, Pey.
We don't have proms in Australia. We have little formals, but I didn't go to formal, unfortunately. But so yeah, being on set was kind of my first experience with a school dance. So it was a lot of fun. The film does a great job incorporating the 80s. That was like part of the reason why I wanted to be in it. You know, I'm a big fan of 80s music and 80s films. So when I read the script, I was just smiling, you know, the entire time with all the little references with the promposals and the music. So I think it incorporates what we love of classic 80s films and brings it to a new audience.
Within this movie, I feel like what they do a really good job of is having like real life teenage experiences, but kind of keeping it a little light. My favorite promposal in the film was the Ghostbusters promposal. And that's also one that I was kind of a part of in the movie too, but that was my favorite one.
I think Prom Pact is a really special movie because, hey, it's your senior year, live it up. You can't go back, and this is it. This is a culmination of like 12 years of school. Have fun. So I just really hope that resonates with audiences because I think it's just an adorable movie. So this movie reminds me of all the great John Hughes movies from the 80s. And believe me, I know my 80s, all right?
It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with the pink. As you can see, I'm all pinked out for the Prom Pact premiere. I'm so happy to be here. It was an amazing experience being on set and working with all these amazing people, and I'm so excited to see the film. Some of the themes in Prom Pact are the romance. It's a modern romance. It's a take on wanting to be this girl boss, but also falling in love at the same time. Prom Pact is a perfect movie for parents to watch with their children because it's something that we can all relate to. Obviously, kids love to see kids their age, and parents get to see this throwback to the 80s.
The parental units in Prom Pact, I think, and the mom was played by the great Wendi McLendon-Covey, who I just adore. It was such a fun time working with her. Our job is we're trying to get our daughter Mandy to enjoy life a little bit before she finishes high school, and she's an amazing daughter. But I personally want her to be a little irresponsible. I'm actually supporting that as much as possible. She's everything that I personally never was to my parents. Well, the central message in Prom Pact, I think that'll resonate the most is that high school is an amazing time. It's a magical time, and it's not like it's over and you forget about it. The most important thing about it are the people that you actually share that experience with.
Definitely much better than Canadian prom. I'm from Canada and it's not extravagant at all, so this is great. The most beautiful part of Prom Pact is seeing Mandy and Ben's friendship. I think that's a friendship that we don't get to see a lot of in movies where it's a guy and a girl and they don't necessarily have to fall in love with each other by the end of the movie. And those are two people who really care about each other and are there for each other always. And I think that's what we need to be for our friends.
When I was in high school, I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself. I was very Mandy, played by Peyton Elizabeth Lee, and I really put a lot of pressure on myself, and boy, I wish I hadn't, because honestly, being a good student doesn't make you good at life. Prom Pact is such a special film because parents are going to love watching this movie with their kids because there are so many little treats in there, little Easter eggs for people who remember the 80s. There are tons of promposals that are even happening in the background. There's the music from the 80s. There's so many references to John Hughes movies. And all of those things are going to resonate with the parents much more than with the kids.
I just think it's a super universal story. I feel like, we're all growing up and figuring out who we are. You can have fun and go after your goals. You can have it all. We set out to make this movie because we love all the John Hughes movies and the movies of the 80s, but they were incredibly problematic. And so we wanted to take what you think of someone and sort of turn it on its head. So you can be smart and beautiful and go after the boy and have feelings for the cute guy in school.
Prom Pact is one of these movies that I sort of grew up watching. It's very John Hughesian, and Anthony Lombardo did a really good job of sort of harnessing that. And I love the fact that we could do sort of a modern version of it. We can expose those angsty teen movies that we grew up with to a new generation. Peyton and Milo are so great together. The first time I saw them together, I thought they're like the young new generation of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. So they have a lot of Tom and Meg energy, which I really love. And we have to just keep them together as much as possible.
It's so exciting. I'm really happy to be here. And it's fun, coming to just support somebody and just being able to chill and watch a movie. And Milo's really excited about it, so I'm really excited about it.